Hello everyone, welcome to this beautiful place in this Garganta of La Vera. We're here to speak about how to take care of our bees. Okay? First of all, the first slide is about me, to know me more. I'm not a specialized biologist, I am generalist because I love all the fauna, all the flora, and this is why I try to specialize in biodiversity conservation, from birds to hydrobiology to putting nest boxes to birds or going to the jungle or everything. And in the last 4 years, I was interested in bees and what kind of bees, and because was a personal interesting because I was wondering where to buy one of these hotels. But I see a lot of hotels and I thought maybe this is not the best option. What characteristics needs to have a bee hotel? No? Then this made me to study and to research more about what are the solitary bees, what they need, and what is their importance. Paco yesterday have, ¿cómo se dice? Ahorrar. Saved me a lot of time because he explained the pollination, the pollination. But I want to remember you that with no pollination, we don't have honey, of course. We don't have coffee. We don't have chocolate, avocado, fruits in general, almond, cashews, cocoa, beans. This is a few examples of plants that produce things we eat that need the bees. But right, among the food we eat, the pollination have a lot of services. For example, can bring the nutrient cycle of nitrogen, of carbon, of phosphorus, I mean, yes, is a key of biodiversity support, participates in carbon sequestration to reduce the CO2, contributes to erosion control or food security, made more resilient ecosystems, uh, can be a resource for tourism or recreation, and improve the water infiltration, among others. Well, this is one of the multiple factors that they contribute. But who are these pollinators? We have seen we have insects in Europe, in the whole Arctic. We have a lot of insects, pollination. We have a few cases of, for example, lizard pollination in the Baleares Islands, for example. We have a lizard. But in other parts of the world, we have birds, we have rodents, we have reptiles, monkeys, squirrels, even people. There is some places where there are not too many pollinators, and the people need to pollinate with little tools. But I can say you that it's not very useful. But in Europe, we have principally butterflies, beetles, bees, hoverflies, moths, and wasps. And if you don't know, 4 in 10 are on the verge of extinction of bees and butterflies. And 3/4 parts of crops needs pollination from animals. It's a very, very important resource for food support. And in this group of pollinators, I want to introduce the difference between bees and wasps. And then when we see this, we will see what are a solitary bee. Okay, but wasps have not much hair, are very shade. They have generally long legs and very thin, and the waist is usually narrow. And the bees usually have a lot of hair. The body is round shaped and thick legs to capture the major part of the pollen they can. And other difference is the bees are vegetarians in general, and the wasps are carnivores. But the major part of the wasps that are carnivores, the larvae are carnivores, and the adult is a pollinator who eats pollen. Then when the people say, what's the function of a wasp? Only sting me. No, there is a lot of species, and they are pollinators too. And they control plagues. I didn't remember. Plaga is plagues. They control the other animals that can damage our crops or orchards or fruits. The pests, the pests.
What are examples of these, like if they're carnivores, so what exactly do they eat? Just curious about that.
They eat spiders. They eat the larvae of some butterflies that eat some fruits. They eat, well, there is a wasp I love that is Tarantula hunter. It's a wasp in this size, and they hunt tarantulas of the size of my hand. But they don't eat this. They put an egg inside the tarantula, and the larva starts to eat from inside, and the tarantula is paralyzed, is not dead. And where I have said that a lot of the bees are vegetarian, but not all bees are vegetarian. There is at least 3 genus in South America that eat rotten meat. And there is an urban legend that say they do flesh honey, but at the moment we don't know anything about this flesh honey. It's not studied. They eat meat. They put meat in the hives, but maybe they don't do honey with the meat. And in fact, the bees are the cousins, the little cousins of the wasps. In the evolutive tree, first were the ants, then the evolution to wasps, then appeared the flowering plants, and the wasps said, some wasps, I don't want to hunt, I want to eat pollen. And they become in bees, okay? And then the bees evolution more, and we have bumblebees. This is a simplified evolutionary tree. But to understand why they were primarily carnivorous and now they become to vegetarians. And how many species of bees we have? A lot of people know the honeybee. The honeybee is one species, only one. In the world, we have 20,000 of species, 20,000 more, but around 20,000 of species of bees, only bees. In Europe are 2,000. And in Spain, we have 1,100 of species of bees. How many are cattle bees? One. Because for me and for the honeybees are cattle. Yes? Are you agree with me?
Well, in the West, we have
Yes. are domestic.
This is subspecies.
Yes, but there's one species.
One species.
And a lot of these species of wild bees pollinate the 90% of the wild plants, and between 75 and 80% of our food. Why are they declining? Because there is a lot of news about the bees are going to be extinct, the bees are disappearing, the bees, and everyone is worried about honeybees. But honeybees are not going to be extinct because they have the honeykeepers that take care of them. And the will bees don't have beekeepers. They don't have anyone who takes care of them. The wild bees are declining. In the last 5 decades, we have the decline of 70% of population. The pesticides are one of the main causes. The glyphosate, the herbicide, herb,
The weeds.
the weeds,
The weeds.
yes,
Yeah.
is a product to dead weeds, okay, to quit the weeds of the crops. The glyphosate is one of the main problems of all bees, honey and wild bees. The occupation of the change of the land, of the uses of the land, they are too a very important thing, because they don't have places where to take food, they don't have places where to reproduce, have lay the eggs, they don't have place because we are urbanizing all the places and are not pollinator friendly. And for, of course, the climate change. We said yesterday, sunflowers are very are flowering not in the time that the bees need. And parasites, pathogens, different problems of health that the globalization is going to spread around the world. And how a solitary bee doesn't have a colony, a family, a diversification of works. No, they be only for them. They live only for them. Then, when a solitary bee borns, go out and go to look for a male, have their sperm, and then all his life, his between 2 weeks to 3 months or more or less of life, they are only putting eggs and having the pollen.
Habla ahí.
Vale.
Siga.
All his life, the wild bees are going to get pollen and laying an egg, and in every one of the holes they chase. This is a life of a wild bee, and they don't care about the other bees, the other species. They can extinct, yes, but they need to be very, very in danger, because they don't have the energy and the need to extinct the people. Then, when they start to live, they pollinate if they are with the correct flowers, and at the end of the summer, the adults dead. But all the year, the larva is inside the holes, developing until the next summer, the next spring, to born and complete the cycle. Some of them need holes in wood, but a lot of the bee species, the wild bee species, have we use the hole in the ground. They make a cocoon in the ground, and this is why we don't want to remove some of the soil, because when we pass the tractor, the farm, the tractor is, no sé, sí, se dice tractor, ¿no? Maybe in the wild places we are destroying the nest of the bees that nest in the ground. Okay, you can see this life cycle in the slide, and there is a curious thing that inside the channel, the tube, the first eggs that lay the female bee are females, and the last, the most the less deep, are males. The bees can decide if they are putting a male egg or a female egg. Why? Because the female have more long developed than a male bee. Then I need a volunteer, please, because it's difficult only with one hand. Ah, thank you so much. Hey, I have one. Hey, I have. When the female, the bee, enters, put here an egg, put some amount of pollen, and close with a wall. This wall could be made of mud, could be made of leaves, with some the vegetal material, could be in different materials. It depends on the species, the different species. And I put a male because a female, because the last eggs, the more deep eggs, needs more time to develop. And the front part is from males, egg males, because they need less time. Then when the males wake up, they go out, and then the females have free place, free way to go out. And there is a lot of diameters different, because we have a lot of size of bees. Yes, they need to see. You can see in this slide different kind of materials. The white ones are of 3 millimeters and are filled with pine resin. It's a very little bee that use pine resin to do the walls and to protect all. Osmia, for example, is a genus that use mud, this with water, mud is, no? Yes. Clay, maybe clay, to put inside and fill the gap and put a wall and use the clay like the solitary wasps. That have you seen the solitary wasps that have jars, that do jars to put the like a spider and a nest? And there is some bees, the last one, that use a cutted leaf. These are very interesting. I love the cutting leaf bees, because they visit the hole, they measure the hole, say eyes, this size. Go to for a leaf, cut a circle of the exact size of the hole, put like the bottom, came from another piece of leaf, cut a rectangle, lay down like soil, cut another rectangle like a sailing, put the egg, put the pollen, and close with another circle. All perfectly measured and shaped. It's beautiful. It's like little sarcophagus, and they put not only one, they put one, other, and they fill out the channel. And do you guess how many visits need anosmia, for example, that are the regular ones, to have the amount of pollen for one egg? 30 travels, not 13, 30. A media of 30 travels to food one egg. And they feel like mad, like crazy, all the holes you give them. Imagine the work they do. Then if they fill all the holes we give them, maybe we can help them putting holes, yes? And all of you are thinking, oh, maybe I need to put a big hotel in my project, in my house, in my school, yes? And maybe you are going to Amazon, no, to Etsy, to Temu, Shein, what you want, and put insect hotel and say, oh, this is beautiful. I will buy this. I will put in my window. And then anyone comes. Or if you are lucky, some bee or some wasp came. But you are not aware that they are not ecological function, fine ecological function, because they need some requirements. Some of the hotels have a lot of habitats of different materials, different habitats, different size, different colors, different todo, different all. But this means that a lot of different kind of bugs are going to come. And these different kind of bugs maybe can compete, or maybe they can predate over the others. And then it's like a free buffet for example, spiders, wasps. It's a buffet, and they say, ah, there is a lot of bees. I'm going to come here to eat the bees. It's a very good place, yes. And we are putting a hotel for the predators or for the more competitive bugs. But some of the species that are more in danger don't need this. Then we need to choose a hotel that don't have a lot of spaces, and there is sometimes things that are useful, no, useless, sorry, useless, like pine cones or jars or weeds. It's like, if you want to put that there is going to be only spiders, or I didn't remember this bug that have scissors in his tail. All of you know this. How did you say? Earwig. Yes, the earwigs. The earwigs are in all these hotels that are bad doing. Then if you, or you can see very big hotels in some places. Here we have this photo is Barcelona. It's a park of Barcelona. You can see it's like 3 or 4 meters tail high, and have a lot of things. Is in the sun, and near away, near a path of the, yes,
It's bad.
a path.
It's no good.
No, it's not good because the people bother the insects. The insects doesn't matter us, but they don't want us very near. Or maybe you only put a hotel You say, I want to do something by the biodiversity, and you only put a hotel and you are happy because you have done something. Only a hotel is not a solution, it's not anything. It's like a funny and beautiful thing, but you need to do something more. You need to give them food, to eliminate the pesticides. This is the more important. Don't use pesticides. I have had a lot of people that ask me for my hotels, and I say, yes, yes, I can make you. Where are you going to put? In my farm. And do you use pesticides? Yes. Then I'm not going to do for you. I don't want to sell you because it's for nothing. I'm going to work for nothing. Then we need to eliminate the pesticide is the more important thing. And for example, there is some people that have a lot of good diets and say, oh, we need to do something and we need to do something with the recycling things. We are going to do a big hotel with a plastic bottle. Plastic bottle, really. You are going to put a plastic bottle that in months are going to become in microplastics, is going to lay down, to mix to the soil and to contaminate your precious place. It's not a good thing to do with suitable materials. It's not suitable materials. You need something that if you forgot into the field doesn't bother anyone. Don't contaminate. It's biodegradable, or for example, the metal is like a long time, but it doesn't matter. Or maybe some people forget the bees are very, very clean. And if you don't clean his house, they are not going to use. You need to clean every year or every 2 years to eliminate acari, to eliminate fungus, to eliminate the pests that can affect them. If not, they are not going to use it. Then what kind of things we can do? I think all these days we have talked about this, but planting native plants, please, native plants, autochthonous plants, because people plants like lantana. Do you know lantana? The banderilla española for the Spanish people. Lantana camara is an American plant that has a very beautiful inflorescencia, ¿cómo es? Inflorescences, a lot of flowers together, a cluster of flowers, a very beautiful cluster of flowers that are pink, orange, red, white, yellow, a lot of colors. And the people want a lot this plant, and it's very rustic and doesn't need maintenance. But this plant doesn't have the nutrients, the amount of pollen, of nectar that all or bees need. This or any kind of non-native plants have they don't have the suitable nutrients. Then we need to plant gardens or windows or terrace with native plants. If you want, you can install an urban hive, an urban bee hotel, and it's very important to help another. Yesterday night I was very tired, but I wanted to say that was I don't know where you know saying that what do we do with our mental health? Nature is going to the shit, yes, and we are going to the madness, crazy, because we can do nothing. No, there is one thing we can do. We can do things together in community. If we do the things in community, we can reach this mental health, we can reach major results, we can improve the results if we do in community. Then doing in community what means? Means join NGOs, join movements, join organizations like this. Is these kind of things are things that what we can do for the bees. ¿Necesitas algo? Ah, vale. And of course, we can fight the climate change, and this all we know. And for the last one, we can do one more thing. We can do citizen science. Do you know citizen science? I'm not going to go deep because she's going to explain. But I'm involved in citizen science too. And this means science to take a picture and upload to a platform like iNaturalist, like Observation. There is a lot of platforms to involve in a project. I work in an NGO called El Bosque Animado, the animated forest, that have a very nice project based in S People. Do you know S People protocol? It's a French protocol to monitor bees and other pollinators, and you only need one plant who is visited with for pollinators and stand 20 minutes and do photos of all the visitors and have like a notebook to write what you have seen. If you don't know, bee. If you don't know, wasp, or something like this. We have bring this protocol to Spain, and this project is called Pollinet. Net is net, and pollinators. And we do with the collaboration of the observation platform. And I want to finish with this call to action. Caring for bees means caring for the future. Biodiversity begins with a simple action. I hope you have enjoyed. Thank you. If you have any questions,
With the solitary bee,
yes?
this is an example with me. This is an example for food.
Maybe. Maybe it could be. Maybe it could be an example. Do you think? Yes. There was an entomologist. Agnieszka was an entomologist, no? Agnieszka, what do you think? Maybe a leaf cutter bee have cut this?
I'm not sure. Some insects will,
Yes, some insect, but
but
I don't know. Paco,
Yo de bichos que comen hojas.
no lo comen, la cortan. Bueno, dañan tus plantas. Well, maybe it could be. Anyone have another question?
how many plants does a bee populate in its life? So does it
Ooh,
approximately?
I don't know.
30 per egg?
400, most it's 400 a day.
400 a day.
Yes,
Okay.
says 400 flowers, but how many?
Type, but the average is 400.
Plants multiplied by one pumpkin plant?
Yes. Imagine the biggest hotel I can do have like 1,000 holes with a media of 8 bees per hole. 8,000 bees for 400 plants. Imagine.
It's not plants, it's flowers.
Flowers, yes. Flowers. Maybe one plant have a lot of flowers. Yes, but one flower, one fruit.
So one crop pollinated is
there's formulas you can calculate how many holes you have and what type of bee you would like. So the size, for example, is a different type of bee. They go
Yes.
for a specific color as well, but flower. So you gotta grow them. Yeah.
Yes,
If you-
because
if
if
you
you have a very tiny flowers and you want to pollinate, you need tiny holes.
Yeah.
But if you have the big flowers that need to be pollinated by big bees, you need the big holes. These are from 12 millimeters of diameter, but the more tiny are 3 millimeters. It's a wide. Tell me.
How do you measure the effectiveness of a specific hotel that you install? So do you have KPIs for this?
I'm developing. But I want to to put some type of some kind of sensoring. But for the moment, only counting the occupied holes and seeing what genus, because the species is difficult, but genus or species we have, you can have a biodiversity index and exit index of the quantity of holes they have filled, that usually are all in a good place.
So usually they are completely full, or kind of what's
No, they are usually full if the place is good.
so it's location
Yes.
that you
The location, I have forgotten to say, the location is the key. You can put the same hotel here and there, and these have a full occupation, and these have a half occupation.
some bees only cover 30 meters. So if you don't have, so it's 30 to 400 meters, depends on the type of bee. If you don't have the right flower there, they will not go to your
Yes,
zone.
exactly, exactly. You need to plant the garden. You want the garden or the plants you want for these bees. You want.
is there enough scientific studies to determine the location adequately?
There is not a lot of scientific research.
Need more data.
We need more. I'm trying to do it for my own because I have no university funds or anything. But I'm trying to do the more scientifically possible developing of this product to prove it. Yes, yes, I agree. Someone wants to say anything more?
Yeah.
Tell me.
So you're saying you need the right flowers around the area for bees to
Calm, please.
sorry. You need the right flowers for the
Yes.
bees to use the hotel.
Yeah.